my energy levels were super low. My mood was super low and my like enthusiasm was just low. And instead of fighting that, which I sometimes do, because it's the weekend, because it's a Saturday, because I did grind for a good 5 days up until today, I decided to. I was hoping I'd turn the camera on and things would flow, but they're not flowing. I feel like this week went by really slow. This is my first week kind of really hitting the ground running with my own endeavors on my own terms, and I do feel like this week went by incredibly slow. After more than a full year of living in downtown Vancouver, I'm really starting to feel like this place is actually my home, and it's a good feeling. Like I feel like this is my front yard. It's like literally my home, which is awesome. I'm really enjoying that feeling of comfort in that aspect. Yeah, it's nice. Day 6 of my YouTube journey. I guess I'm gonna try to like pursue this full time. I think that would be kind of a dream for me if I could just chill out. No, not chill out. If I could just be creative and express myself via YouTube and get monetization for that, acquire brand deals, acquire sponsorships, all that good stuff. I think that would be honestly a dream come true for me, at least in the foreseeable future. That would be super ideal. I'm gonna keep hammering these YouTube videos, gonna keep getting better, and I'm just practicing. It took me like 45 minutes to set up this shot, and I honestly don't even know what it's gonna look like. I hope it looks pretty decent. It might look a little bit different than what I've done in the past, but that's the point. I'm trying to just experiment, and I'm okay with spending like time here and there working on perfecting the craft itself, because that's all YouTube is. You got to get better and better. I want to talk about my day today because I know I'm doing this vlog style thing, and I know you kind of care about what my days look like. Quite uneventful today. I went for my morning walk, a little bit delayed than the usual because I slept in like 30 minutes past when I'm supposed to wake up. And that was fine. That was good. As soon as I got back from the morning walk, my energy levels were super low. My mood was super low and my like enthusiasm was just low. And instead of fighting that, which I sometimes do, because it's the weekend, because it's a Saturday, because I did grind for a good 5 days up until today, I decided to rest my body. And what I mean by rest my body is I have this kind of routine that I do when I feel overworked slash overwhelmed slash overstimulated. I essentially meditate for prolonged periods of time. Meditate slash sleep slash rest slash think. It's all kind of bundled into one. So I go in my bed, I lay down, I play meditation music. I tell my Alexa to play meditation music, and it just plays this beautiful playlist of meditative music. And I find that meditative music stimulates my brain. It keeps it moving forward. It keeps the thinking pathways on. So what I do is I lay my head on the pillow, close my eyes, play the meditative music, and I essentially try to fall asleep. But what ends up happening is I fall into this like meditative lull of like lucid dreaming slash pure meditation. It's very interesting actually, and it's so calming and relaxing. I get the positive benefits of sleeping in the sense that I feel like my brain is kind of cycling through past memories and analyzing situations and all of that stuff. I'm conscious enough to not fall into like a deep sleep, like I'm cognizant of kind of what's happening. I'm always in this like lull of like not asleep but asleep. It's kind of a very interesting thing. It's lucid dreaming essentially, and the meditative music facilitates that. And I did that for quite a long time today. I listened to my body, and I kind of I bended my day to around what my body needed, and it needed a lot of rest, it needed a lot of analysis of the last couple days, because I've been experiencing a lot of new things, having a lot of new stimuli, talking to a lot of new people. My routine is drastically different than it has been in the past couple weeks and months, and I just needed a time to like catch up on what the heck is going on in my life. And I was cognizant of that this morning, and I let my body do its thing, and I let my brain do its thing. And I feel great right now. I feel refreshed, I feel clear, I feel calm, I feel relaxed, and I feel focused. Because I feel like I cycled through all that junk that was in my head, and now I have clear alignment on my brain has clear alignment on what needs to be in there and what doesn't, and how to approach what does need to be in there. And this is done, again, I'm just going to recap what I did. Laid in my bed for a total of 4 hours today in a state of like meditative mush. And, you know, I needed it. I respect my body for doing that and my brain for allowing me to do that. And I came out on the other side better than I went into it. It's very easy for me to feel guilty giving up 4-ish hours of my day to recovery, but that's what it is. It's recovery. And being an entrepreneur, I've heard this many times, is like being akin to an athlete. And athletes need proper recovery in order to thrive. And I truly believe that entrepreneurs need proper recovery in order to thrive. And that's exactly what I did today. So that was a huge chunk of my day, in all honesty. And I think just being transparent with that is awesome. And that is my day. And I'm telling you that that's what happens on my end. And that's totally fine. Second thing I want to talk about is, what is it actually? Second thing I want to talk about is my mind and your mind and the ideas that flow in your mind and how fleeting they are. I put up an Instagram story a couple weeks back, something along the lines of, I need to write down my ideas in order for me to remember them because they are ultimately so fleeting. And that is such a truism that it's unbelievable. And I'm noticing it more and more, maybe because I'm thinking more and more, like as I'm getting older and I'm being more observational, and I have to be more observational because I'm on my own now and I am independent and adult. Like I have to like be analytical of every single one of my situations. So I'm thinking a lot more and more. I'm having so many more thoughts, and I'm also getting better at dictating which thoughts are good and which thoughts are bad, which thoughts are original, which thoughts are not, etc. And that's all great. However, they disappear. All of that analysis, all of the thoughts disappear, I want to say within like 2 to 3 minutes of having those analyses and thoughts. Kind of like a dream. You wake up, you wake up and immediately you remember almost the entirety of your dream. And as time progresses, you start like that, the memory of your dream erodes until you essentially have forgotten it completely. That's kind of what happens with my thoughts these days. And I mean, the oldest trick in the book, pun intended, is writing it down. Write down your thoughts. And I've been doing that a lot more lately. And subsequently, I've been posting it to my social media, which is cool and awesome. I like that conversion of this to the real world. But it's so important. And if you haven't started to do that yet, I would highly recommend it because it has positively benefited my life in many facets. It solidifies what's up in here. It allows me to grow confidence in myself, actually, because I can visually look back and respect where younger Ty's brain was and has been. There's something tangible for me to grasp onto. When I was a kid and when I was younger, even like last year, I wasn't even journaling or writing or anything. It was hard for me to accrue confidence because it was just my memory of me doing confident things, and it was just my memory of me thinking positive things, etc. But when you start to document and when you start to write down your accomplishments and your positive thoughts and your bright ideas, it allows your current person to look back on your past self and accrue a semblance of confidence. I look back on some of my old journal writings. I look back on my old quotes that I put out on my social media, and I'm proud of the things that I was thinking at that certain time, and I can empathize with my situation of where I was and why I was thinking that, and it just kind of rounds out my existence here on Earth. It's very interesting, actually, and that's a cool way to put it. It rounds out my existence here on Earth. It kind of closes that loop. It closes the loop of my thoughts, and it actualizes them. It makes me feel like a real person, because maybe you can relate to this, but the thoughts in your head might seem all fake and all just like pixie dust inside of the dome that you call your brain. When you get that pixie dust and you formalize it into words and you formalize it into like pen on paper, it dawns a new form. And I think writers have brilliantly captured that essence and then taken it to new heights, especially like very successful authors. They understand that it is a skill to formalize the pixie dust in your hair. They've realized it is a skill to formalize the pixie dust that is in your head and translate that into tangible things, words. It's a skill, and it is a beneficial skill at that for all the reasons I just listed. Get into writing, get into formalizing your thoughts, get into documenting your life. This, what I'm doing right here, is I'm going to look back and be so thankful that I'm doing this. And I've been documenting my life quite sporadically, but consistently for as long as I can remember, since probably 15, 16. I have a lot of photographs of myself and my friends and my situations and all of that, and a lot of video of myself and friends and situations, and I'm so thankful for that. And it's honestly a blessing that I've instilled that kind of practice in me from such a young age, and I would love to bestow that wisdom that I have on documentation of your own life onto you, because I think it's super helpful and important, and I think you would certainly benefit from it. Just from a purely analysis standpoint, like being able to look back on, that's why people take progress pictures, in the gym when they're trying to get fit. It's something tangible to marker the fact that you have garnered progress. And as humans, we are so bad at marketing our previous progress. So we need to formalize it into the real world. Do it. Document your life. Write. It's fun. It's cool. You explore avenues of your inner being that you never even knew existed. It's only growth. No downsides. Okay. I wrote down, I'm just gonna quickly run through my path to like entrepreneurship that I see right now, and it's like totally gonna change probably, but people always ask me like, what are you doing, Ty? Like, how are you making money? Yeah. Right now, I have 2 clients, Functional Patterns and Vitae Apparel. That is my main income source, and I'm content with that. And on the side of those 2 things that bring my income in to pay for the roof over my head and my expenses, I am going to pursue YouTube as probably a full-time thing. Like, I would love, as I mentioned before, I would love to make this a full-time thing. I would love to utilize my podcast and this channel in conjunction with each other to create the Ty Ferrago brand, and I am pretty confident that I'm going to be able to do that because I've got the skill set, I've got the knowledge. No, sorry. I'm acquiring the skill set, I'm acquiring the knowledge. I have a solid work ethic because my work ethic has been honed and skilled through my gym ethic. And that's also something for another video, but the gym is like absolutely, the gym runs in parallel with work ethic. Gym ethic, work ethic, almost the same thing to a degree. Taps into the similar brain pathways, in my opinion. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. That's a little summarization. Got 2 things going on that pays the bills. Gonna pursue social media as a full-time thing. Hopefully I can eventually transfer my energy from these 2 things to my main thing, and then subsequently build a team, editors, scripters, managers, financiers, the whole 9 yards. I would love it. I would love to be a business owner, and I would love that business to revolve around my YouTube ventures. Holy crap, that sounds awesome, and I'll probably do that. Last thing I just want to talk about is a little point of fun here. I just did like an hour and a half to 2 hours of like hardcore research on air fryers, and I'm sure you probably heard of an air fryer. I just bought one. I'm very excited about it. It is like not super expensive, but not inexpensive either. And I'm really excited about the convenience factor of it. I'm excited about the implications that it has on like efficiency and cooking quality things in very reasonable amounts of time. I'm losing it here. I'm losing my vocal pocket here. I'm very excited about that, and who knows, in some of these vlogs, I love cooking. I have such a deep passion for cooking and nutrition that I will likely get into some sort of cooking ventures on this channel. Not recipes, because I don't like recipes and I don't follow recipes at all ever, because I don't like being told what to do. But I will get into my best practices in terms of cooking, and I have a lot of confidence in my best practices as it pertains to cooking. I've been cooking for myself for a very long time, going on 10 years. All started back in high school because I wrestled and I had to like dial in my nutrition, and I had to like lose weight before my matches and stuff, and like I had to be hyper cognizant of what was going in my body, because when I touched that scale, everything that I put into my body was reflected on the numerical output of that scale. And I learned from a very young age how to control that numerical value on a scale. Mind you, when I was younger, it was a very novice understanding of nutrition. However, it was an understanding of nutrition on the surface, and it started at a very young age. So I'm very grateful that wrestling got me thinking about calories in, calories out, kind of, you know what I mean? Like, I'm grateful for that, and that I evolved into so many more best practices as it pertains to cooking and nutrition. I've got a lot to share on that, and I'm very excited to share that with you. That's about it for me. That's about it for this video. I really appreciate you sticking around. If you watch this whole thing, phenomenal. That's amazing. I so appreciate that, in all honesty. I really do. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.